Hi there, today I am going to show you how you can build one of the best budget Fpv drone in 2024. Why I am calling this a budget drone? Because it's not too expensive, also not very cheap. And the whole setup cost me around 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh is not too much for a Fpv drone, you know. Before we start the build process, let me show you what kind of equipments I am using.
Okay, these are all the equipments that I'm going to use, and this is the TBS Source version 5 frame. It has 6mm arm, which is really good for durability, and this frame is one of the best budget frame available in market. Let's talk about the motors. I'm going to use this T-Motor Velox version 3 2207 1750 kV motor. It has released few months back, but still one of the best budget motor available in market. I am using this motor since 4-5 months and I really love this and totally recommend it. You should definitely check out, link in the description below. Let's talk about the stack. I am using this T-Motor Velox Cine F7 V50A SE stack. Inside the box you will get this Velox 50A Special Edition ESC, and 50A is more than enough for a 5-inch freestyle drone. Inside the box you will also get this Velox Cine F7 flight controller. I am also using this from last few months and it can support up to 8 motors. This Velox flight controller and ESC combo is totally recommended. You should definitely check out, link in the description. And here is the T-Motor FT800 analog video transmitter. It can provide up to 800 mW of output power, which is enough for most of the application. You should check out, link in the description. I am also using this Cradit Stratel 2 FPV camera, and this is one of the best budget FPV camera available in market. It can provide you really nice looking video, so totally recommended. To watch the live video footage from the drone, I am going to use this Skyzone 04L FPV goggles. I am using this goggles since 2022 and it's a really solid analog goggles. But you can choose any analog goggles that you like to use. I am also using Fsrky taranis X9D SE transmitter as a controller and TBS microtransmitter as a control link, which provide extreme long control range and penetration. To receive the signal, I am also using TBS crossfire nano receiver with the Immortal T antenna. Okay, so let's start the build, and you should start by assembling the frame. Different frames require different techniques. I highly recommend you to follow the user manual carefully and make sure every parts are in the right position. Once you're done, you should go ahead and install the motors. As you can see, I used some braided cable in the motor wires. It gives a really nice and premium look. It's not necessary, but if you want to use, you can, otherwise you can skip. Inside the motor box, you will also get some accessories. It includes this M5 bolt, which is used to tie the propeller with the motor. Also this small bolt and washers, which is used to tie the motor bell with the stator. And you will also get different size of M3 bolts, which is used to tie the motor with the frame. Choose the right size bolt according to your frame arm thickness. Make sure the bolts are tight and secure, and you should repeat the same process with all of the motors. As you can see, I have mounted the motors and secured the motor cables with some zip ties. Now we should go ahead and start mounting the ESC. While mounting the ESC, just make sure it's not touching the carbon fiber. After that, you should go ahead and cut the extra length of the motor wires. Now we have to do some soldering work, which is the most difficult part of the build. I just strip the wires and give it some twist, and I tin the wires very carefully. I have also tinned the ESC motor output pins. Take your time and make it as clean as possible. Now I am going to solder the motor wires with the ESC motor outputs. Again, clean soldering joint is really important. As you can see, it looks really nice and clean. And I am also going to connect this XT60 power cable. I have cut the extra length of the power cable for a suitable shape. After that, I strip the wires and give it some twist and tin the wires very carefully. Take your time and tin the ESC power lead. It might take a lot of heat from your soldering iron, but that's totally fine. Before connecting the power leads, I like to install the capacitor which came with the stack. And I am using some heatsink tube to avoid any kind of short circuit. After that, I soldered the capacitor and the XT60 power cable with the ESC power lead. As you can see, the soldering joint looks really nice and I'm quite happy with that. Now we should go ahead and start mounting the flight controller. Flight controller is the brain of the drone. Every electronics are connected to it. In my case, I am following this diagram. But if you are using any other flight controller, then you have to follow your own. Now I am connecting the receiver. Try to keep your wires as short as possible. It will help to reduce the electrical noise in your drone. Doesn't matter which wire it is, just make it short and twisted. Again, try to keep your soldering joints as clean as possible. After that, I am going to connect the camera and the video transmitter with the flight controller. This video transmitter also have the soldering points, and if you don't like to use the connector, you can directly solder the VTX with the flight controller. Well, I am going to place the flight controller above the ESC as well as the video transmitter and the camera. And I am also going to use this Fsrky Lollipop 3 as my video antenna. And never ever power your video transmitter without the antenna connected. Otherwise you can damage your video transmitter very easily. So connect your antenna before powering on. And as you can see, I have connected the VTX with some M3 bolts and mounted the camera in the front by using the camera plate that comes with the frame. At this point the drone is almost done. Now we should go ahead and mount the frame top plate and secure it perfectly with the bolts that comes with the frame. And this frame also comes with the battery pad. It really helps to grip the battery in place. So mount this battery pad at a suitable place and make sure it's nice and secure. Now I am going to install the propellers, and in this time I am going to use this T-Motor F5143S propellers. I encourage you to try different type of propellers and find the best one for you. And as you can see, all the hardwares are done. Now this drone needs some configuration through Betaflight software, and I already made a video on that topic. You should definitely check out, link in the description. And I have already done the configuration and this drone is ready for the test fly.
Before doing the test fly, I like to invite you to my Instagram where I upload more FPV related contents, and if you need any kind of help, you can message me as well. I will try to do my best to help you. Check out my Instagram, link in the description. So let's go for the test fly.
Whenever you go for the test fly, I suggest you to find an empty place without any crowd around so that you can test your flying safely as I do. And I am using Tattoo R-Line 6L 1400 mAh batteries. Before you go for your FPV goggles, I recommend you to test line of sight first and make sure everything is working perfectly. Once you feel comfortable, put on your goggles, enjoy the FPV, good wishes for you. I am satisfied with its performance. Now I think it's time to go crazy.
Bad intentions. She got a body like a coffin. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coffin. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me.
Hello, hi. Epic dahat. You are happy, I am happy.
I hope you are connecting with my content, so give this video a like. It will be highly appreciated. Keep flying, happy flying. And if you need any kind of help, and if you need
Halka shadow.